So to become a good putter and to hold a putt, you've got to get three things right. There are three variables we have to get right. What are they? So the first variable is we have to have the ability to read the green. Second variable is we have to have the ability to hit the ball at the right speed. And the third variable is we have to have the ability to start the ball on the correct line. So I see a lot of people practicing their putting, and I see a lot of people working on the last two. I don't see anyone really practicing the first one. And if you think about it, you need all three to get right to get the ball in the hole. If one of them is wrong, you will miss the putt. So starting it on the right line is good. Hitting it at the right speed is good. But if you don't know where it's going to break, you can't hold the putt. So I'm going to show you in this video a couple of ways you can start to at least practice green reading, and I just don't see too many people ever practicing green reading. They'll stand here and they'll look, but that's only partially effective. So I've said this before, and I'll say at the outpost, I've never done an aim point green reading thing. I've been reading greens with my feet for about 30 years. A caddy that I once had told me about it, so that's what started me down that process, long before aim point was ever a thing. I'm not canning aim point. At some point I'll love to do an aim point course. I'm sure there's things to learn. But I have been using my feet to help me read greens for years. So the first thing we can do on a putt of any length is we can just stand here, and it's good if you can just stand quite relaxed. I try and close my eyes, and I rock to toward my toes, and I rock back on my heels. And as I'm standing here now, I can feel that there is more weight on my heels. There's less weight on my toes. If you find you can't feel that, turn around the other way and do the same thing. So I clearly feel there is more weight on my toes now than on my heels. So if you can feel there's more weight there, it means that there is a slope down here to some degree. That's one way of doing it, and I would encourage you to almost get a plank of wood, put it in the lounge room when you're watching television and there's a break and there's a TV commercial comes on. Stand on the plank, but place a book under the plank and just feel with your feet and feel where the weight is. Is it toes or heels? Eventually you can use a little thing here that I'm going to use now called, it's a little app, not sponsored, Bubble Level. There's 100 of them out there. Doesn't really matter. You can even get a Spirit Level. But I'm just going to put this Spirit Level app down here on the green. And right now it's telling me that there is a 1.5 degree slope from right to left. So that confirms what I discovered when I was feeling it with my feet. As I look here, the hill is to the right, the beach is to the left, balls roll downhill. I can also use my eyes and see that it does break right to left. 4% is a lot. It's about as much as you're ever going to find on a green. Beyond 4%, it becomes unputtable. So the things that I like to do is, what does 2% feel like? Because 2% is a reasonable amount. We've just discovered that's 1.5%. So that's still a reasonable amount. 0.5 isn't much. Okay, so once I've established where the break is, what percentage the break is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit this putt. Now, my goal here is to hit it about 2 foot right of the hole. There's a leaf almost on my line there that I can utilize. So if I had a line on the ball, I would be aiming that line pretty much at that leaf. And then we'll see how we go. Of course, it hit the leaf, which upset the putt, but you can sort of see it rolling down. We don't really want to putt over a leaf, do we? So we might even have another go at that. We'll do that again. So the good news, I got my start line right. I hit the leaf. I'm now going to go just a bit to the right of the leaf. And of course it's windy, so the leaf is now moving. So we'll try that again. I'll go pretty much over the same spot I just did. So it started out to the right, the ball's turning back to the left. Didn't quite come back enough, but that's a decent putt. So if we can use our feet and the bubble level app or any other level, spirit level, and we can start to learn what a 2% slope feels like and what a 4% slope feels like, we can start educating ourselves as to how much that's going to break given the speed of the greens. So I would just come out here even if you didn't hit any putts, and I'd just start feeling with my feet, and then I'd probably get the app down at my feet to confirm whether I was feeling what was actually true. So that way we're training ourselves, we're practicing the skill of green reading. And if we practice something, we can hope to get a lot better. As I said at the start of the video, I don't see too many people practicing green reading. Very simple thing to do. My challenge to you is over the course of the next month, can you do a little bit of green reading practice? I would love to know how that impacts your score. So please let me know in the comments. Do you currently practice green reading? Or tell me what happens after you've been practicing green reading for the month. I'll bet you start getting the ball closer to the hole. If you want to improve your putting, I'm going to put a link to another video just up here that I know is going to help improve your putting.